Hi, I'm Brad.
And I'm the real Brad?
No.
With the
Big Family Homestead.
Clearly don't know how to handle this situation here. Not sure I like the visual right now. You kind of look like a overweight, trendy farmer guy, and I used to have a hot wife, and now...
Is that better?
Let's get in. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, that's clearly much better. So anyway, I guess we can start the video now, right?
Okay, good.
Ready?
Yes.
Okay, so here's the scoop, ladies and gentlemen. We have tons of this. However, we want some of this, or at least more of this. So we got this. Let's make some butter.
This is a Kilner butter churn.
It churns butter.
Yes.
We have made so much butter. It's huge.
Huge.
Our butter is huge. We've used everything from the KitchenAid. We've used
A Bosch mixer. We've used a Vitamix.
shaking it in the
Mason jar.
Mason jar, and we wanted to try this thing out because in a lot of ways, the electric butter churning system, it's fast, I guess, but we really like the idea of having
Something that
Without-
doesn't use power.
electricity, because power, we're gonna have to do that.
Oh, yeah.
So the device here, show them the Kilner butter churn. It says here that it basically should take less than 10 minutes to make butter. So we've got our, it's not cold, it has to be
Room temperature
cream.
Right.
And it says that if we churn this thing for less than 10 minutes, we will be in fat guy cholesterol yumminess heaven. So here we go with the cream.
So our instructions say we need 10 ounces of cream to make 4 ounces of butter. So here's our butter churn. And we need room temperature fresh cream. And I'm going to go ahead and pour this in there. Go. Put the top back on. And get busy. 10 minutes later, we should have butter.
Churning butter. Making the butter. Churning. Huh. I wonder if you could churn butter while maybe, say, exercising. Churning butter while watching TV.
While washing dishes. Did you know that leading up to the Elizabethan era, it was a common English practice to present newlyweds with a pot of butter symbolic of wealth and fertility?
I like that idea. Butter for breakfast and weddings. Churning butter in the bathroom. It can be done. Hey, honey, you want to churn butter?
And crocheting. It doesn't work like that.
Did you know that Greeks and Romans used to use butter? They would apply it to their hair as like a hair care product to make it more shiny. I'm thinking, yuck. Churning butter while surfing the web.
Hey, it's my turn to churn the butter.
The butter?
Yeah,
Well, this isn't butter yet. It's cream.
I need to churn it.
You want to churn it?
Turn.
Fine. Jeez. So pushy, bossy. The Grassland Dairy in Greenwood, Wisconsin produces 42,000 pounds of butter per hour using only 3 continuous churns.
Churning butter while harvesting future butter.
Did you know that on average it takes 21 pounds of milk to actually make 1 pound of butter? Daggone. Hey, Grace, see that you're churning butter there. What about me? Is it my turn yet again?
No.
No? No.
No.
Did you know that butter is 80% fat, 20% water, and 30% sunshine and rainbows from above? Well, most of that's true. Will you just give me that already?
What? Did you know that the world's earliest butters were not made from the milk of a cow, but yak, sheep, goats, camel, reindeer, and mare and water buffalo provided the slippery goodness, the buttery yumminess for years and years and years before we graduated to the bovine.
We seriously have been churning this cream to make butter for at least 30 to 45 minutes. I'm giving it 5 more minutes and then I'm done.
So this is where we're at, 45 minutes later. And for those who doubt, we actually took extra steps to make sure that it was 100% room temperature. The cream is the freshest you can get because it came out of Macy yesterday.
Not working.
Not yet. Come on, Kilner.
So 45 minutes is I'm about done. We're gonna use a different method.
More power, baby. Let's see what we got. No butter yet. This better be butter. Okay, so we actually used the electric whiz-bang gizmo spinner thingy.
For about 10 minutes.
And we almost gave up. However, I was like, you know what? Let's look at putting this back on here, the paddle, and we gave it only about another minute, and come see what I got. We finally, made butter.
So after all of our toiling and spinning and churning, we finally got butter. And we're gonna go ahead and strain off the buttermilk because you gotta save that. That'll make great biscuits.
And it's gotta get out of there or else it actually goes rancid quicker.
Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and scrape this out. Look at that, nice creamy butter. All right, so we're gonna save this buttermilk because this is awesome for biscuits and pancakes and all kinds of yummy stuff. So we'll set this aside and then we're going to put the butter in some ice water so that it gets really, really cold.
Now that's in that ice water, and that is important because you're trying to get as much of the buttermilk out as you can while you keep it cold or else it'll melt.
That's right.
However, we have some sweet devices over here that help squeeze that buttermilk out of there, and those are butter paddles?
Butter paddles, yep. Now we're gonna hit this with a little bit of salt and then continue to mix it. You don't have to add salt. What we like is salted butter. Yes, I said a salted butter.
A salted butter?
I said a salted butter.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we almost gave up, but we kept going, we persisted, and we have made butter.
Right.
Now, I'm not sure that you would think that that is enough butter for the amount of work that goes into it. However, I think that if you didn't have access to electricity and stuff, let me just say, I want butter.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, if I'm eating, I want butter.
I want butter. So let's try this out and see what it's like. Yeah, let's do that. So we are talking cream and salt, the Kilner thingy with a lot of extra aid. Let's see how it goes.
Gosh, yummy.
That's actually, sorry. That's surprising. It really is good.
Yep.
Well,
Yummy.
let's talk about the Kilner. All right, we have made butter, tasted delicious butter. Figured we'd take just a few seconds to talk about the Kilner butter churn. And if you're interested in one, there is a link down below. Now, my opinion, without having talked to Mama, is this is kind of a fun gadget. If you use a lot of butter, probably not going to be the most efficient thing.
No.
My opinion of the build of it is that I have a feeling that if you're heavy-handed, like I don't know anybody who might be heavy-handed, you'd have to be very careful not to break it after a while.
Right. The nice thing is, though, they're metal gears. They're not plastic.
Yeah.
So it is a better quality than some birder churns I've seen out in the market.
And there's wood instead of plastic. Everything here is metal, and that's nice.
Yeah.
It was kind of wonky when I was running around being silly, because when the gasket gets a little wet, it kind of slips around.
Yeah.
And it splashes some of that cream out. I don't know, what do you think, Mom?
I think it's great if we don't have electricity. If we do, then we'll use the Bosch mixer.
We will, because it
Yeah.
is much faster.
And we can make more quantities at a time in the mixer.
However, in the world of gadgets, it's fun. It's cool.
It's cute. I like it.
I think that, like, if you were just, you and somebody else, or if you're on your own, or even if you had a small family, a kid or two, this would be fine.
Yeah.
Because, we had a bunch of toast and we shared, and we still have enough that would just say like a quarter stick.
I would, no, yeah,
third?
that's probably a few tablespoons, yeah.
Third or a quarter of a stick left, and it was great. It did take much longer.
Yes. And it was room temperature. I even tested the temperature with a thermometer, and it was 72 degrees.
Yep, and that's where we have the heat set right now. Tell me about your paddles, baby.
These are...
You've been naughty. Take your paddles.
These are awesome. It took me a minute to figure out how I was supposed to, and I probably still was doing it wrong. So if you have used these, give me a description on how you're supposed to use them in the comments below.
That thing.
Right. However, I think this was great for mixing in the salt, or you can use herbs if you want herbed butter. But I think this is just a fantastic way to, you can scrape this out like that. There's still butter in there. We didn't get all of it.
I'll just,
Here, you can
Get
put
that
it
with
in
my-
your hair. Like
No, that's a horrible idea. That's a horrible idea. The
course
Romans,
it is.
The Romans were wrong. You don't put butter in your hair.
And that's why they're no longer a
They're
society.
no longer. I would vaguely think that there's probably people who live in Rome that would still call themselves Romans.
Probably. But not the ancient Romans.
Splitting buttered hairs, are we?
Oh, yes. Definitely.
So there it is. There's the opinion. Stuff's down below. All I can say is I'm going to go have more butter.
Yeah.
I'm going to make something, and it will be bad for you, and it will be awesome. So I'm really Brad.
And I'm really Christa.
And you guys have an amazing day.
Hi, I'm Brad.
With?
No, you're supposed to say with the Big Family Homestead.
No, that's not how we do it.
We say, hi, I'm Brad, and I'm Krista with the Big Family Homestead.
I don't think that's how we do
Okay,
it.
whatever. It is, but
Oh.
you're not level again. You say, hi, I'm Brad.
No.
And I'm Krista. And then you say, with the Big Family Homestead. That's how we do it every time.
This was for the end.
I know.
It wasn't a real argument.
It's still going.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Brad with the Big Family Homestead.
I got nothing.